It's been a while since I've reviewed any cheap RC drift cars here on my channel. So Banggood have been kind enough to send me one of these, and I think this is the one they've actually sent me. This is from the guys at Remo Hobby. So let's get this open and take a closer look. And here it is. Now, of course, this thing is based on the AE86. Styling wise, yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Now, I've already had a quick go of this in my garden, and I have got the drift tyres fitted, but this does also come with some on-road tyres as well. And here's a look at those, but I very quickly changed these because, well, let's face it, this is a drift car and we're going to be drifting with it. Now, we're going to take a closer look under the body because there isn't really a lot to say about the outside of this car. We know what it's based on, we know what it looks like, and yes, it does look pretty cool. Now you can see some wear on the plastic drift tyres because again I have already tested this out in my back garden. Now quality wise, well, yeah, it does feel and look okay. The quality of the plastics may not be up there with some of the more premium budget brands, but it definitely feels and looks okay to me. So this does come complete with friction shocks, and yeah, they don't feel the best. I'll turn it around and show you the back as well. Not the best. Now the good news is this does have some metal components, including the metal drive shafts on the front and rear, and I don't know if you can see it, but this also has a metal centre drive shaft. We've got a nice foam bumper on the front. Now electronics wise, this thing is running a brush setup, and it does feature a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. On the other side there we have the 390 size brush motor, and down there we have the little servo. So overall then, it doesn't look too bad for a cheap drift car. So price wise, this is going to be costing around £63, which works out to be around $85. Now when it comes to 1/14 scale cars, the ones I usually recommend are from the guys at MJX, but I'm always willing to give something else a go, which is why we're giving this a go today. So we'll have a look at what we get in the box, and then of course we'll get this thing out and give it a go. So here we have the transmitter. Now, yeah, just as you would expect, does feel and look a little bit cheap. Now there is some adjustment on this, such as steering dual rate, steering trim, and there's also a gyro adjustment on the left. There's also a button on the side, but I'm not sure at this stage what that does. Now the battery this comes with is a 1500 mAh 2S lithium ion. Here we have your typical cheap RC car USB charger. These look identical to the ones that you get with WL Toys cars. You also get a whole bunch of manuals and exploded diagrams. In here we've got some more stickers, a little cross wrench and an Allen key. There's also some body clips in here. So let's give this a go then. Now I've got a feeling this is going to feel a little bit underpowered because of that brush system. At this kind of price, I really wish it had a mild brushless system, but look, it is what it is. Let's give it a go and see. So I've got the gyro set to 100%, and it does do a really good job at keeping it nice and stable. If you set out a proper course for this, you'd probably have way more fun than I'm having right now, just on the road. On a proper course, I think this would be a lot of fun. I'm going to turn the gyro down and see if it makes any difference. So this is with the gyro off. Ah! It just goes to show how much assistance that gyro gives you to try and keep it nice and stable. Without that gyro on, it just becomes a little bit messy. So there we go then, guys. So what do I think of this? Well, actually, I don't think it's too bad. I actually really like it. It performs pretty well on the brush setup, although I do think it would be just a little bit better if it had a mild brushless system in it. Now at this price point, when you think, well, you know, MJX 14th scale cars aren't really that much more expensive than something like this, I think this would have been a bit better with a brushless system, just to give it that little bit of extra power when you're trying to slide it around. Now that said, it was still fun on that stock brush system. It wasn't boring to drive around. I just think brushless would have been a bit better. So let me know in the comment section down below what you make of this. Would you pick this over some of the other affordable drift cars out there? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to see more really cool cheap RC cars here on my channel, click one of these videos now.